As lead for testing ELLIOT's new AI models, you are responsible for figuring out their capabilities and limits. Given how incredibly fast AI is advancing, what are the main challenges in evaluating how smart or safe an AI really is?
So AI is advancing really fast, and it makes it very hard to evaluate models. So one thing is benchmark saturation. As soon as a new benchmark comes out, it only takes a few months until the new models score very highly on this. And that's on one hand because they train and memorize a lot of the internet, so they may have seen some of the questions or their background. And also because if you make a measure target, like many people will do all kinds of crazy things to increase that number without actually making the models better. Second part is it's just hard to measure intelligence. Say you're developing puzzles or you have a new math test. If the model scores very high on that test, does it mean it really understands math, or does it just find new shortcuts to answer the questions? So the ELLIOT project is really about building sovereign multimodal models, and they also need to be open and transparent. And this means we need to put the bar a lot higher for ourselves than it's coming down industry. We need to do really in-depth tests that really help us understand what makes the model work better, which data, which architectures. And we need to do everything in the open so others can reproduce it and show it really works and is beneficial for society.
And which progress are you most proud of?
So there's a lot of challenges, but also we're working on solutions. So one of the biggest problems is compute. If you want to test models in depth, it also requires a lot of computation power. And we're trying to solve this by building an evaluation framework, which makes it really easy to test those models in depth on different supercomputers all around Europe. It makes it really easy for researchers to run experiments and to run lots of benchmarks without worrying too much about how to do it. A second one is safety. We need to make sure this model is safe to use and beneficial for society. So there we're working on including new safety tests. And I think the third one is multimodality, right? I mean, humans are very good at like combining vision and sound and movement and actions and reasoning, but most benchmarks don't test those things all at once. So we're working on new benchmarks that test those multimodal capabilities. And so one thing we did recently is a large benchmark of different games, open source games. And so playing those games requires vision and reading the text and planning and sound and everything else that goes around you and doing all kinds of actions and planning. And what we find is that like even though those games are easy to play by children, they're very hard to solve AI problems. So by building those models, those benchmarks, we're also pushing the envelope there and hopefully make the evaluations more realistic. And we hope to push us more into real-world testing so we can make real progress there.